Remember this, anytime we do, the big thing I want you to be aware of is your knee alignment with your toes, especially if we do side to side. See what's happening with my knees? That is very bad. Even though this feels good, and I can do this for a long time, that eventual twisting of the knee like that is going to make it worse, not better. So when we say waist, we mean this, not the hips. All right? And that's what I want you to do for a moment. Put your feet wherever they feel most comfortable. Make sure your knees aren't locked. Here are the hip bones. Above the hip bones to the rib. That is your waist. If my hip bones are this way, that's not a waist turn, it's a hip turn. Look at my feet. So I can only turn my genuine waist that far. Now I can turn my shoulders past that and my neck, but you notice my knees are still forward. All right? So this is where you want to be careful, because you can start doing this real fast with my legs again. And that is very bad for my knees, all that counter-torquing. Wait, knee doesn't want to go. So if you open your feet just about shoulder width and then slightly toe out, and bend your knees a little bit, like you're riding a horse with bad posture in the stirrups. Right? This should then, now look, as I turn my waist, it supports this a little bit, but doesn't lock it, and allows my legs some flexibility, but my knees are not binding now. Right? And I still have to be aware of this, particularly guys, we will want to turn, and now it's all gone back to that. So it's, if I have a stick in my belly button, like my instructor used to say, and I have a paper in front of me, I can only draw the line of it to there. Then the page is gone and the pencil's pulled off, right? So it's less is more. My waist turn is only from here. Again, if I had somebody at my hips gently going like this, exactly right. So here's what I want you to do. Take your hands like this and put the right against your belly button for a moment. All right, that's your little line. Now, imagine you're scribing a line, but just turn slowly with your waist only. The line isn't particularly long side to side. It's just there and there, isn't it? And again, feel your lower body. Make sure your knees are relaxed. They'll move a little bit, but now we're only moving our waist. It's a much more isolated movement. The trick to this, and I will look very different probably than you, is that eventually you need to let this relax enough that I can actually really swing this a lot, but my knees aren't going all over the way. That comes with practice of relaxing the true waist. So you can keep these here, but really you just want that sense of that we're moving in that unit here. Let the arms go relaxed, and they should still have that limp feeling. Keeping the gaze forward, it's just this back and forth, and this is all about personal comfort. You only go as fast as can be, comfortable, and see my arms, if they're genuinely relaxed, the only reason my arms are swaying to the front and back of my body is because my body's doing it and these are relaxed. I'm not forcing my arms this way. They are going there by their own momentum created by this. So just go gently backward, just fast enough to have the, I want to have even more root or base for my legs and still turn my waist. So I'll make it exaggerated. Every time I turn, I'm also slightly sinking down, not shifting weight, just bending my knees slightly. As I turn forward, I actually come up a little bit and turn, but my weight is always equal in both feet. If you sink, they often have this feeling what they call expanding. It will feel like there's kind of a balloon between your legs, but it won't make you bow-legged. Right? As I turn to my left, I simply bend my knees a little bit, and it feels almost like a corkscrew. I turn in and down. I come forward as I turn. Exactly. So just continue that, and the key with this exercise is now find, once you have the coordination, the classic as slow and smooth as you can go. Sink at the end. Right. With this, again, it's not making yourself black out or chatter your teeth. Right? If you've got genetic bags like I do, you should feel them just slightly shy. Right? It's just this, it's just, again, like the riding on a train. You want, even though we know it's the knees moving it, we want the feeling that someone's here just kind of lightly jiggling this. All right? Now we take this and we add our little waist. It should be, again, I'm doing it, but again, my voice isn't up and down like right? It's talking fairly comfortably. I'm able to take nice in and out. Right? The arms themselves, again, if we came by, are absolutely detached. And the amount of your quake, again, is up to comfort. I'm going to sustain this for a little bit. We can even experiment with sometimes making the quake a little faster and a little slower. But find this nice. So as we're doing our little quake and breathing, In a few moments, of course, we're going to stop very quickly and take a nice in and out breath, and then, most importantly, do what's called listening inward, which is our feeling of our body, just like an echo. You listen to it until it absolutely fades away. And if you start listening good, you'll realize that it's there longer than you think. Right? So just quake a little more like you're riding on that train. In a few moments, we'll go into our next section. Continue quaking, but face forward, and turn your palms gently forward. And in a moment I'll say stop, and when you do so, stop quickly and take a nice in and out breath, and just stay relaxed until you feel that feeling disappear. And stop.
That's nice.
When you feel you're done listening, let the arms go back to their side.